Welcome back to your latest industry recap after a pretty big start to the week with Alaska Airlines purchasing Hawaiian Airlines. But don't worry, there's coverage away from that on ITA Airways and route cancellations. Problems in Australia with one of the newest entries into the market, Bonza. United Airlines news, specifically ITA, is changing its transatlantic route network with the upcoming cancellation of Milan Malpensa to New York JFK per local media. Additional reporting was further backed by the reputable Aero Routes that noted ITA had filed for service adjustments. ITA expects to run the final flight on this routing on the 7th of January 2024. As a result, following this day, the airline will no longer operate the route that offered transatlantic connections to many. Sources of local Italian media state that a heightened degree of competition substantially impacts the airline, alongside overall poor network strategy decisions surrounding flights to and from the Milan-based airport. Due to other restrictions in and around Milan airports, ITA really does serve Rome, and this acts as the central hub for intercontinental operations. Per Cirium data, for December 2023, 5 airlines were serving the Milan to New York JFK routing, and it included the Italian airline, Emirates, Delta, American Airlines, and Neos. Emirates offers 62 scheduled flights between the locations, and this number is the same for all remaining carriers except Neos with just 24. Interestingly, Emirates offers close to 23,000 seats across the month, which is an increase on the 16,300 offered by ITA. And it is safe to say from analysing just the airlines operating on this route that they face a lot of competition from well-established companies. Ultimately, changes in route networks are a common occurrence, and if this is something that ITA believes is necessary to increase stability within its operation, then it is something it will need to do. And staying with a theme of route cancellations and even going far as flight cancellations, Bonza, which is one of the newer independent carriers in Australia, has come under fire for last-minute cancellations of several upcoming routes. The flight cancellations come in a string of frustrations around the company and coming from its customer base over an unreliable operation. One of the latest decisions made includes the cancelling of flights between the Gold Coast, Bonza's new third base, and Darwin. This cancellation would occur across the entire month of December, and as a result, negatively impact holiday travel plans. Interestingly as well, the cancellation announcement came only moments before the first service was expected to get airborne, so it truly was last-minute notice. Bonza and their CEO Tim Jordan cited the complicated regulatory approval process behind the cancellation in the statement, and while yes, the Gold Coast to Darwin is subject of recent focus given it is a new route, the newly launched Albury to Gold Coast has also come under a fine microscope, with flight cancellations taking place across this week. Why is all of this happening? Well, there are several reasons, but Bonza had previously announced plans to work with partner Flair Airlines. Yes, you heard me correctly, Flair, the Canadian carrier that operates across North America. As part of the deal, Flair would operate the Gold Coast base during the summer, as Bonza recruited new Australian staff members to be based on the Gold Coast. Yes, that is another problem. Bonza doesn't have the amount of employees it would require to offer this robust service. The highlight for many of the deal, though, has been the inclusion of a Flair 737 MAX painted in a hybrid livery with Bonza titles that is coming down for the summer season. Unfortunately, Bonza says that while such a deal is progressing through the required approval, it has not been completed in time for the service launch. While Bonza has been praised for its fantastic service levels on board its aircraft with an inviting cabin product and also fantastic crew, it must be said that frustrations are growing. The holiday season is known for families to travel more, and in the cases of high rates of inflation, these trips have become more challenging to obtain and take a lot longer to save up for. As a result of the cancellations with late notice by Bonza, customers have been significantly impacted with their travel plans coming undone. While the Australian airline can try to help facilitate future travel, this doesn't help aid the many other bookings that go into organising a holiday, especially for a family. Analysts and industry observers have said that Bonza has fantastic ambitions, but it should really reassess before committing to achieving them, especially when it can't confirm that it will have the relevant resources to facilitate the flights on the day of the launch. This only has negative impacts, not just on the customer base, but the airline and its reputation. Many people want to continue supporting Bonza, but if this was to continue, would struggle to do so. Over to the final story of today, and that's with United Airlines, and their first Airbus A321neo has entered commercial service after testing and familiarization efforts. The inaugural flight was operated between Houston's George Bush Intercontinental Airport and Chicago O'Hare, but in the future, it will be a plane that is widely deployed across the network for future usage. United Airlines saw customers flock from around the country to introduce the new fleet type that'll play a pivotal role in the airline's long-term future. The new aircraft is what United Airlines claims as their most advanced interior. Next-generation features such as in-flight entertainment systems do feature, and the entertainment system harbors some of the latest tech to make the travel experience hopefully more enjoyable and seamless. However, you could argue that a highlight would definitely be the 3D map. Specifically, if you're after the aircraft capacity, well, we see 20 first-class seats, 57 economy plus, and 123 in standard economy. The 3-class configuration offers the maximum comfortability for customers, with 3 levels of service provided on route pairings. Aside from the cabin configuration, passengers will be able to enjoy high-speed Wi-Fi connectivity, Bluetooth capabilities, and lighting designed with the sole intent of enhancing customer moods and appearance. The A321neo is expected to play a very big role in United Airlines' single-aisle fleet for decades through substantial commitments. This is really evident through the 100-plus planes that are on order. Initially, the company had a deal with Airbus to acquire just over 50 of the series. However, not that long ago, United increased this on a day where they also committed to more 787s. As part of the increase, the carrier revealed that 60 units with options for a further 40, bringing up to 100 new planes, would be ordered, with deliveries between 2028 and into the 2030s. These jets would complement the existing batch of Neos, which are slated for delivery between now and 2027, and basically ensure a steady stream of deliveries throughout this decade. That is going to conclude today's latest industry recap. You can let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, they would be greatly appreciated. I hope you are taking care and being safe and enjoying the holiday period thus far. Stay tuned tomorrow at the same place and the same time for another one of these long-form recap videos.